Hey, what's up guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to talk about what the heck is going on with Aemetis and whether or not it's time to bail on this stock. You ready? Let's get started. So this channel is all about using the online income opportunities like merch by Amazon and Etsy to build our income online and invest this income in things like the stock market and real estate. If that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, Aemetis has been on quite the downward trend for quite a while now, like most other stocks that are small caps within the NASDAQ. But recently we have seen a dramatic shift downward, at least within the last 4 or 5 days. And what is this due to? Well, Aemetis came out Friday afternoon, early Saturday, and said that there was a report found that they had filed for a mixed shelf offering. And what does this mean? Well, it is basically a way for Aemetis to get started with a public offering of shares. So that means that the price of the stock will be diluted in the future, which means that it is going to go down. We experienced this with Hyliion earlier. We experienced this with Vuzix earlier. I don't think Aemetis has done a public offering quite yet, but we definitely are going to see it now, or at least potentially it's going to happen. Now, this should not come as a surprise because, like in their last earnings report, and I'll link to that here, we addressed the fact that Eric McAfee, who is the CEO of Aemetis, talked about on this conference call that Aemetis has not done a public offering and wanted to keep the integrity of their stock price together. They didn't want to dilute the stock to create cash flow for themselves. They wanted to rely on grants from the government and the ability to raise capital on their own. And now, they basically hinted towards the end of that call that they had left the offering off the table because they didn't want to dilute the share price, but they kept hinting at the fact that they hadn't done it yet. And they basically were trying to take credit for not having done it yet, but addressing the fact that they probably will do it in the future. So this isn't exactly a major surprise. And honestly, it's not going to be that big of a deal and could potentially be a great thing for Aemetis in the future. Not for us, the shareholders, obviously, because a lot of people are bailing on this news because you don't want to hold a stock that is going to likely go down just because it is going to be devalued because they're going to push more shares out there. So, for us as the stockholders right now, it is not a great thing. But in the future, we have seen through everything that they are planning to do, the $1 billion in revenue by 2025. And I'll throw that slide up here so you can see it. Aemetis has a bunch of big stuff on the table as far as ramping up their dairy digester production from the, I think, 2 active facilities they have now to up to 20 in the future. They want to create the renewable jet fuels from the almond orchard waste from California. They want to have the carbon capture up and running, which is going to, we addressed that in the past videos, that they're going to use the carbon capture from Aemetis to get additional renewable fuel tax credits for the production of carbon exhaust themselves, and also get tax credits from other companies for storing their carbon in the ground as well. And Aemetis is doing some pretty creative things with this money. And so I definitely see them raising this capital as a good thing because it is going to give them the money that they need. They're not going to have to go into debt, and we will eventually probably see this money back in the form of a higher share price, much higher share price in the future. So, am I concerned about this? Am I thinking about selling? Kind of. I mean, just, as an honest perspective on this, it is hard to watch your stock price go down. It's hard to watch the money you've invested in this company be devalued with a public offering. However, I do see it as a net gain for the company overall, and I do think that it is going to be great for Aemetis as a whole. It is going to be hard to watch this stock price go down, but I think that we will definitely see Aemetis put this money to work effectively in the future. And with that said, I definitely think that the future of Aemetis continues to look bright. I think we just need to hold on through this rough patch, and I think that Aemetis and a lot of other small caps within the NASDAQ are going to likely see a massive jump forward in price in the future because, like we have seen, the big large cap companies like Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Google, all of these got not a major boost, but they had pretty solid earnings beats, and these stock prices didn't go up that much. So what that says is that the market has already priced in a lot of these larger companies' growth, and they see it reaching the peak. However, if we see companies like Aemetis, Vuzix, and Hyliion and Palantir do really well on their earnings, it is likely to be a major escalation because they're going to prove their signs of growth. And there might be a rotation out of the larger cap stocks into the smaller cap stocks because there's more room for growth in the smaller caps because the large caps have obviously run their course. So anyway, with all of this said, that's where I stand on Aemetis. I don't see it as a bailing point quite yet. It is going to stink to have to watch the price go down a little bit, but I think that as a whole on this stock, it's going to be a decent ride. So anyway, if you have any questions, please drop them down below. Can't wait to hear what you guys are up to or what your opinion is on Aemetis' announcement and whether or not it's going to happen soon as far as the public offering. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and remember, someone is going to do something amazing every day, guys. Why not you? See ya.